Welcome back to our channel, my dear friends. Today, we are talking about something that almost everyone wants at some point in life: change. Maybe you are tired of the same routine. Maybe you have big dreams, but your days are passing without progress. Maybe you know you can do better, but you keep telling yourself, "I will start tomorrow." Here is the truth. Your life will not change until something in your daily life changes. You cannot wake up every day, repeat the same habits, make the same excuses, waste time in the same way, and expect a completely different future. But here is the good news. You do not need to change everything today. You only need to change one thing today. One better decision. One better habit. 1 hour used wisely. One fear faced, one excuse removed, one step toward the person you want to become. Small changes may look weak in the beginning, but when you repeat them every day, they become powerful. We will not talk about magic. We will not talk about changing your whole life overnight. We will talk about real change, the kind that starts quietly inside you and slowly becomes visible in everything you do. Because sometimes, you do not need a new year, a new place, or a new opportunity. You need a new decision. Your past has already happened, but your next chapter is still in your hands. So if you truly want something different, do not only watch this video for motivation. Listen carefully. Choose one lesson and put it into action today. Because the life you want will not begin someday. It begins with what you choose to do next. Let's begin. Lesson 1. Stop living on autopilot. The first step to changing your life is to wake up and look at how you are actually living. Many people are awake, but they are not really paying attention to their lives. They wake up, check their phone, go through the same routine, do the same work, watch the same things, talk about the same problems, go to sleep and repeat everything the next day. Days become weeks, weeks become months, months become years. Then suddenly they ask, "Where did all my time go?" This is called living on autopilot. You are living, but you are not consciously choosing the direction of your life. If you want real change, you first need to notice what you are doing every day. Look at your morning. What is the first thing you do? Do you immediately pick up your phone and start scrolling? Or do you begin your day with something that gives you energy and direction? Look at your free time. Where does it go? Maybe you say, "I don't have time to exercise," but you spend 2 hours watching random videos. Maybe you say, "I don't have time to learn," but you spend an hour checking social media. Sometimes the problem is not that we have no time. The problem is that we are giving our time to things that do not improve our lives. And remember, where your time goes, your life goes. So for one day, watch yourself carefully. Do not judge yourself. Just notice. Notice how much time you spend on your phone. Notice what you eat. Notice what you watch. Notice what you think about. Notice who receives most of your energy. Notice which activities make you stronger and which ones leave you feeling empty. This simple exercise can open your eyes. Because you cannot change a habit you do not notice. Maybe you discover that your mornings are always rushed. Change your morning. Maybe you discover that your phone is taking 3 or 4 hours of your day. Reduce your screen time. Maybe you discover that you complain more than you take action. Start looking for solutions. Maybe you discover that you have been saying, "Someday I will do it," for years. Choose a starting date and begin. Do not try to fix 20 things at once. That usually creates excitement for a few days and then exhaustion. Choose one area. Maybe your health. Maybe your money. Maybe your career. Maybe your relationships. Maybe your English. Maybe your confidence. Ask yourself, if I improved only one part of my life during the next few months, which one would make the biggest difference? Start there. Then choose one small action. If you want better health, start walking every day. If you want better English, speak English for 15 minutes every day. If you want to read more, read 5 pages before sleeping. If you want to save money, start tracking where your money goes. If you want more peace, reduce the time you spend around unnecessary negativity. You do not need a dramatic beginning. You need a repeatable beginning. This is important because people often try to change their lives through emotion. They feel motivated and say, "Tomorrow I will wake up at 5. I will exercise for 2 hours. I will stop using social media. I will read 50 pages. I will completely change my life." Then 3 days later, they are tired and return to their old routine. Real change is usually quieter. It looks like getting up when you said you would. It looks like putting your phone down. It looks like completing your work even when you do not feel motivated. It looks like choosing a better meal. It looks like practicing your skill when nobody is watching. These actions may look small, but they are changing the direction of your life. Think of your life like a road. If you keep walking in the same direction, you will probably reach the same kind of destination. If you want a different destination, you must change your direction. Even a small turn today can take you somewhere completely different over time. So stop waiting for life to wake you up with a big problem. Wake yourself up. Look at your days. Look at your habits. Look at your choices. And ask yourself, is the way I am living today taking me toward the life I want? If the answer is no, do not become hopeless. Become intentional. You still have today. You still have your next decision. You still have the power to change direction. Always remember, your life starts changing when you stop living by habit and start living by choice. Wake up, take control of your day, and make your next decision better than your last one. Lesson 2. Stop waiting for the perfect time. One of the biggest reasons people never change their lives is simple. They keep waiting. They wait for Monday. They wait for a new month. They wait for a new year. They wait until they have more money. They wait until they feel confident. They wait until life becomes easier. But while they are waiting, time keeps moving. The perfect time may never come. There will always be something happening in your life. There will always be responsibilities, problems, tired days, unexpected situations, and reasons to delay. If you wait until everything is perfect, you may wait forever. You do not need the perfect time. You need to begin with the time you have. Maybe you cannot exercise for 1 hour today. Exercise for 15 minutes. Maybe you cannot read an entire book. Read 5 pages. Maybe you cannot completely change your career today. Learn one useful skill. Maybe you cannot save a large amount of money. Start with a small amount. Maybe your English is not good enough to have a long conversation. Speak 5 simple sentences. The size of your first step is not important. Taking the step is important. Many people believe they need motivation before they can begin. They say, "When I feel motivated, I will start." But motivation is not always there. Some mornings you will feel excited. Some mornings you will feel tired. Some days you will believe in yourself. Some days you will doubt everything. If your progress depends only on motivation, you will keep starting and stopping. Instead, learn to take action even when you do not feel ready. This is how discipline begins. Sometimes action actually creates motivation. You do not feel like exercising, but you put on your shoes and start walking. 10 minutes later, you feel better. You do not feel like studying, but you open the book and read one page. Soon, you continue to the next page. You do not feel ready to work, but you begin one small task. After finishing it, you feel more focused. Do not wait for the feeling. Start the action. Another reason people wait is fear. What if I fail? What if people laugh at me? What if I make the wrong decision? What if I'm not good enough? But ask yourself something more important. What if you never try? Failure can teach you. Mistakes can make you wiser. A wrong direction can be corrected. But time that is never used cannot be brought back. Do not spend years preparing to live. Live. Try. Learn. Adjust. Try again. Your first attempt does not need to be perfect. Your first video may not be perfect. Your first business idea may not work. Your first English conversation may have mistakes. Your first workout may feel difficult. That is normal. Beginners are supposed to be beginners. You become better by doing, not by waiting until you are already good. Look at the people you admire. You usually see their results. You do not see their first uncomfortable step. You do not see the mistakes. You do not see the days when they wanted to quit. You do not see how many times they had to begin again. Never compare your beginning with someone else's progress. Focus on your own next step. And remember, starting does not always mean doing something huge. Sometimes changing your life begins with something very small. Deleting one distracting app. Setting your alarm 30 minutes earlier. Opening the book. Making the phone call. Sending the application. Taking the walk. Practicing English for 10 minutes. Saying no to something that is wasting your time. These small actions send a powerful message to yourself. I am no longer only thinking about changing. I am changing. That is when your identity begins to change. You stop becoming the person who says, someday. You become the person who says, today. Do not worry about having the entire journey planned. You do not need to see every step before taking the first one. Take the step you can see. Then take the next one. Life becomes clearer while you are moving. So stop waiting for everything to feel right. Start before you feel completely ready. Start while you are nervous. Start while you are learning. Start small if you need to. But start. Because 6 months from today, you will either be happy that you began, or you may wish that you had. Always remember, the perfect time is not coming to save you. Use the time you have, take the step you can take, and let today become the day your life starts moving in a new direction. Lesson 3. Change your environment before it changes you. Sometimes you are trying to change, but the people, places, and habits around you keep pulling you back. Your environment has more power than you think. If you spend every day around negative people, negative thinking can start to feel normal. If you spend hours around distractions, wasting time can start to feel normal. If your phone is always beside you, scrolling becomes easy. If your room is messy, your mind may also feel messy. So if you want to change your life, do not only work on yourself, work on what is around you. Start with your phone. Ask yourself, what am I watching every day? Is this helping me grow? Is this teaching me something, or is this only stealing my time? Your phone can become a powerful tool or a powerful distraction. You decide how to use it. Unfollow accounts that make you feel negative. Reduce useless scrolling. Keep your phone away when you are doing important work. Use technology to learn, not only to escape. Next, look at the people around you. You do not need to leave everyone. But you should notice who gives you energy and who always takes it away. Some people encourage you. Some people remind you of your goals. Some people make you feel stronger. And some people constantly complain, criticize, or laugh at your dreams. You do not need to fight with negative people. Sometimes you only need a little distance. Protect your mind. Protect your time. Protect your direction. Your environment should help you become better, not keep you trapped in old habits. Your physical space also matters. You do not need a perfect room. You only need a clean, simple place where you can think clearly and work without too many distractions. Keep your book where you can see it. Keep your workout clothes ready. Keep healthy food easier to reach. Keep distractions harder to reach. Make good habits easy. Make bad habits difficult. This one idea can change many parts of your life. For example, if you want to read more, do not hide your book in a drawer. Put it on your table. If you want to stop using your phone before sleep, charge it away from your bed. If you want to exercise in the morning, prepare your clothes the night before. If you want to eat better, do not fill your kitchen with food you are trying to avoid. Small changes in your environment can make good decisions easier. Another important part of your environment is the information you consume. Your mind is always listening. The videos you watch, the music you hear, the conversations around you, and the words you read all enter your mind. Be careful what you feed it. If you constantly consume fear, anger, gossip, and negativity, your mind will carry those things. But if you fill your mind with useful ideas, inspiring stories, good books, and helpful conversations, your thinking can slowly change. You become like what you repeatedly allow around you. So choose carefully. You should also create small reminders of your goals. Write one goal on paper. Put it somewhere you can see it. Maybe your goal is, I will become healthier. I will improve my English. I will save money. I will build a better future. Seeing your goal every day keeps your mind connected to your direction. Because when life becomes busy, we often forget what matters. A reminder brings you back. Do not think you need a completely new house, new city, or new group of friends before you can change. Start small. Clean your desk. Delete one distracting app. Spend less time with one negative person. Follow one useful channel. Read one good book. Create one quiet place for your goals. These changes may look small, but they send a strong message. I am creating an environment that supports the person I want to become. Remember, willpower is not strong every day. Some days you will feel motivated. Some days you will feel tired. A good environment helps you make better choices even when motivation is low. That is why changing your surroundings is so powerful. You do not always need more motivation. Sometimes you need fewer distractions. You do not always need more discipline. Sometimes you need to make the right choice easier. You do not always need a completely new life. Sometimes you need to remove the things that are stopping the life you already want. Always remember, your environment is either helping your future or fighting against it. Choose people, places, habits, and information that make it easier for you to become the person you want to be. Lesson 4. Keep small promises to yourself. If you want to change your life, you must learn to trust yourself. Many people make big promises. I will wake up early every day. I will exercise for 1 hour. I will stop wasting time. I will read every night. But after a few days, they stop. Then something dangerous happens. They stop believing their own words. Every time you make a promise to yourself and break it, your self-trust becomes weaker. You begin to think, I always quit. I cannot stay consistent. I never finish anything. This is why small promises are so powerful. Do not promise yourself 10 difficult things. Promise one simple thing. And keep it. If you say, I will read 5 pages, read 5 pages. If you say, I will walk for 15 minutes, take the walk. If you say, I will put my phone away for 30 minutes, do it. These actions may look small, but they build something very important. Self-respect. You start believing. When I say I will do something, I do it. That belief changes you. You become more disciplined. You become more confident. You stop depending on motivation. And slowly, your habits become stronger. Many people want confidence before they take action. But confidence often comes after action. You take one small step. You keep one promise. You finish one task. Then your brain says, maybe I can trust myself. Do it again tomorrow. Then again, the next day. Soon, the person who always quit becomes the person who keeps going. This is how identity changes. Do not make your goals so big that they become impossible to follow. If your goal is to read, do not begin with 50 pages. Begin with 5. If your goal is to exercise, do not force yourself into a 2-hour workout. Begin with 20 minutes. If your goal is to improve your English, do not try to learn everything in 1 week. Practice a little every day. Small habits are easier to repeat. And what you repeat becomes part of your life. You should also stop depending on how you feel. Some days you will feel motivated. Some days you will feel tired. Some days you will feel excited. Some days you will not feel like doing anything. Your promise should not disappear just because your mood changes. That is discipline. Discipline means saying, I may not feel like doing this, but I said I would do it. This does not mean you should ignore your health or force yourself when you truly need rest. It means you stop using every small feeling as an excuse. Another useful habit is to make your promise clear. Do not say, I will work harder. Say, I will study for 20 minutes at 7 p.m. Do not say, I will use my phone less. Say, I will keep my phone away during dinner. Clear promises are easier to follow. You can also track your progress. Put a small mark on a calendar every day you complete your habit. Do not try to create a perfect record. Just keep showing up. If you miss one day, do not quit. Return the next day. One missed day is a mistake. 2 weeks of quitting becomes a new habit. So come back quickly. Remember, changing your life does not begin with one big speech. It begins with small promises kept in private. Nobody may see you wake up early. Nobody may clap when you read your 5 pages. Nobody may notice when you choose water instead of another sugary drink. But these quiet choices are building a new person. Every kept promise says, I respect my future. I can depend on myself. I am becoming stronger. Always remember, your confidence grows when your actions match your words. Keep small promises to yourself, and slowly you will become someone you can trust. Lesson 5. Stop feeding the life you want to leave. If you want a new life, you cannot keep feeding the habits that created your old one. This is where many people get stuck. They say they want peace, but they keep choosing drama. They say they want success, but they keep feeding distraction. They say they want confidence, but they keep speaking negatively to themselves. They say they want a healthy life, but they continue repeating unhealthy habits. You cannot grow something new while constantly watering the old. Think of your life like two plants. One plant represents the person you want to become. The other plant represents the habits you want to leave behind. Every day, your choices give water to one of them. When you read, learn, exercise, work, and protect your time, you feed your future. When you waste hours, make excuses, complain, and repeat the same harmful habits, you feed your old life. Both cannot grow equally forever. At some point, you must decide which one deserves your energy. Start by noticing what you are feeding every day. Maybe you want more confidence, but every morning you tell yourself, "I am not good enough." That thought is feeding insecurity. Maybe you want more focus, but your phone is beside you every minute. That habit is feeding distraction. Maybe you want peace, but you keep checking what people say about you. That behavior is feeding stress. You cannot always control the first thought that enters your mind, but you can control what you continue thinking about. You cannot control every temptation, but you can control how easy you make it to reach. You cannot control everything people do, but you can control how much of your energy you give them. This is where change becomes practical. If you want to stop wasting time, remove one distraction. If you want to think more positively, stop repeating the same negative story every day. If you want to become healthier, change what you keep around you. If you want to become calmer, spend less time in unnecessary arguments. Do not only ask, "What should I start?" Also ask, "What should I stop feeding?" Sometimes your life improves faster by removing one bad habit than by adding 5 new ones. You do not need more motivation if one habit is draining all your energy. You do not need more time if your attention is constantly being stolen. You do not need more confidence if you keep destroying it with negative self-talk. Remove what is weakening you. Another important thing is to stop protecting habits only because they are comfortable. Something can feel good today and still hurt your future. Staying in bed too long feels comfortable. Scrolling for hours feels easy. Avoiding a difficult conversation feels safe. Delaying important work feels peaceful for a moment. But temporary comfort can create long-term stress. Ask yourself, is this helping me or only making me comfortable? These are not always the same thing. Growth often asks you to choose what is useful over what is easy. You may feel uncomfortable putting your phone away. You may feel uncomfortable saying no. You may feel uncomfortable starting a workout. You may feel uncomfortable learning something difficult. But that discomfort is not always a problem. Sometimes it is proof that you are leaving an old pattern. Do not confuse comfort with progress. You should also stop feeding old labels. Maybe you've been saying, "I am lazy, I am shy, I am bad with money, I am not disciplined." Be careful. If you repeat a label long enough, you may start living like it is permanent. Instead, say, "I am learning to become disciplined. I am practicing confidence. I am becoming better with money. I am changing my habits." This language gives you room to grow. You are not lying to yourself. You are choosing a direction. Your old habits may still appear. You may still feel lazy. You may still get distracted. You may still have negative thoughts. That does not mean you failed. The important question is, which habit are you feeding more often? You do not need perfection. You need a better pattern, one better choice, then another, then another. Over time, the old habit becomes weaker because you are no longer giving it all your attention. And the new habit becomes stronger because you are feeding it every day. Always remember, you cannot build a new life while giving all your energy to the old one. Stop feeding the habits, thoughts, and distractions you want to leave behind, and start feeding the future you actually want. Lesson 6. Learn to be uncomfortable. If you want to change your life, you must become comfortable with a little discomfort. Growth is not always easy. Waking up early when you want to sleep is uncomfortable. Exercising when you feel tired is uncomfortable. Learning a new skill can be frustrating. Saving money when you want to spend it can be difficult. Saying no to distractions can feel boring. But these uncomfortable moments are often where your new life begins. Many people stay stuck because they always choose what feels easy. They avoid difficult work, difficult conversations, and difficult decisions. The problem is that an easy choice today can create a difficult future. And a difficult choice today can create an easier future. Think about exercise. A workout may be uncomfortable for 30 minutes, but it can help you become healthier and stronger. Learning may feel difficult today, but the skill you build can create better opportunities tomorrow. Discipline may feel hard, but regret can feel much harder. This does not mean you should make yourself miserable. It simply means you should stop running away every time something feels difficult. When your mind says, "I don't feel like doing this," ask yourself, does this need to be done anyway? If the answer is yes, take one small step. You do not need to love every part of the process. You only need to respect your goal enough to continue. Every time you do something difficult instead of avoiding it, you prove something to yourself. I can handle discomfort. That builds confidence. You begin to understand that uncomfortable does not mean impossible. Fear does not mean stop. Difficulty does not mean quit. Sometimes it simply means you are growing. So when life becomes uncomfortable, do not immediately run back to your old habits. Stay with the process. Give yourself time. Keep moving. Always remember, the life you want may be on the other side of the discomfort you keep avoiding. Choose growth over comfort, and your future will thank you. Lesson 7. Become someone your future self will thank. At the end of the day, changing your life is not about becoming perfect. It is about becoming a little better than you were yesterday. Imagine yourself 5 years from today. What kind of life do you want? How healthy do you want to be? What skills do you want to have? How confident do you want to feel? What kind of person do you want to become? Then ask yourself one powerful question. What can I do today that my future self will thank me for? Maybe your future self will thank you for starting to exercise. Maybe for learning English. Maybe for saving money. Maybe for reading books. Maybe for leaving a bad habit. Maybe simply for refusing to give up. You do not create your future in the future. You create it today. Every choice is a vote for the person you are becoming. When you choose discipline, you vote for a stronger future. When you choose learning, you vote for a wiser future. When you protect your time, you vote for a more successful future. And when you get back up after failure, you prove that one bad day cannot decide your whole life. Do not expect the journey to be perfect. You will make mistakes. You will have slow days. You may return to an old habit sometimes, but do not stay there. Come back. Begin again. Keep moving. Real change is not about never falling. It is about refusing to stay down. 1 year from today, your life can look very different. But that change will not come from wishing. It will come from the small decisions you make when nobody is watching. So stop waiting for someone to change your life. Take responsibility for the next step. You do not need to know the whole road. You only need to take the next right step, and then repeat it tomorrow. Your future self is being created by what you do today. Make choices today that you will be proud of tomorrow. My dear friends, your life will not change in one night, but it can start changing with one decision today. Stop waiting, take action, stay consistent, and keep moving forward. Your future is in your hands. Start today and become the person you know you can be. If this video inspired you, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Keep growing, keep believing, and I'll see you in the next video.